SAPC_IBP_2502 exam practice questions with explanations are available in the video for you to study. In an SAP IBP planning view, which time levels can planners select when designing their views? A. Only the time levels associated with the base planning level of the key figures. B. Any time levels defined in the time profile but limited by global configuration parameters. C. All time levels listed in the time profile without restrictions. D. A maximum of 4 time levels to prevent performance degradation. The answer is B. In SAP IBP, the time levels displayed in a planning view depend on the time profile assigned to the planning area. Global configuration parameters can restrict which levels are valid for selection, ensuring the performance and stability of the system. The platform enforces these constraints because overly detailed or excessive time levels could slow down the interface. Time levels must therefore align with both the time profile definition and administrative limitations. As a result, planners are allowed to choose from the full time profile but only within the limits defined in the configuration. You want a key figure to disaggregate values from PERPRODCUSTREGION to PERPRODCUST. Which configuration methods enable this? A. Using a copy operator to push values from detailed to aggregate levels. B. Applying proportional distribution based on multiplication using existing share factors. C. Splitting values into detailed levels using time profile attribute mapping. D. Distributing quantities using a stored ratio key figure that acts as a split driver. The answer is BD. Disaggregating data in SAP IBP requires a clear set of rules that determine how values at an aggregate level should be spread across lower-level combinations. Proportional disaggregation allows the system to use pre-existing share factors to calculate how each lower-level object should receive its portion of the total. Alternatively, a stored split factor key figure can be used to define explicit proportions, enabling predictable and traceable disaggregation behavior. These methods are built into the IBP calculation engine and are commonly used to support demand allocation or multi-level planning. Other options, such as copy operators, are not suitable for aggregated to detailed transformation. Which statements correctly describe the properties of lot sizes when used during planning? A. Lot sizes are applied for both production and handling activities. B. A periodic lot sizing rule replaces the settings for minimum lot size. C. Lot size definitions are master data elements independent of time. D. Lot size rules apply to both manufacturing and transportation quantities. The answer is CD. Lot sizes represent master data settings that determine how quantities are grouped during planning runs. They are modeled as time-independent attributes, meaning they remain constant across all planning periods unless manually changed. Lot sizes affect calculations for both production and transportation flows, since these quantities often share similar batching or consolidation rules. While minimum lot sizes matter, a periodic lot size does not automatically override them. Instead, each setting plays a complementary role. Understanding these behaviors is essential to designing realistic and cost-efficient manufacturing and logistics plans. When working with multiple SAP IBP tenants, which interface adjustments help users visually distinguish between them? A. Setting different default planning areas for each tenant. B. Customizing the tile layout on the home page. C. Applying a different UI theme for each tenant. D. Manually inserting system and tenant details on the home page. The answer is B. C. When users work across different SAP IBP tenants, visual differentiation reduces confusion and operational error. Adjusting the tile arrangement on the home page offers a simple but effective way to highlight differences in purpose or data. Applying unique color themes or styles further helps create a visual distinction, making it easier to identify the environment at a glance. These adjustments are supported directly in the SAP Fiori user interface settings. Options that rely on planning area configuration do not influence UI appearance and therefore are ineffective for this purpose. Which master data types are core components for time series-based planning within SAP IBP for response and supply? A. DS order fulfillment. B. Transportation lane. C. Customer. D. Location. E. Product. The answer is C. D. E. Time series-based planning in SAP IBP requires master data that defines where products exist, how they behave, and which customers require them. Products represent the fundamental planning objects, while locations define where supply, storage, or demand can occur. Customers act as downstream demand nodes and are therefore essential for determining the demand flow through the network. Transportation lanes play a role in sourcing configuration but are not classified as core time series master data types. DS order fulfillment applies to order-based planning, not the time series paradigm. In the standard S&OP process using SAP IBP1, which key figures mark the beginning and end of the logical demand planning sequence? A. Local demand plan right pointing arrow combined final demand. B. Statistical forecast quantity right pointing arrow consensus demand plan quantity. C. Local demand plan right pointing arrow consensus demand plan quantity. D. Statistical forecast quantity right pointing arrow global demand plan for S&OP. The answer is A. The S&OP process begins with demand collected at a granular level, typically expressed as the local demand plan. This early stage figure captures the baseline view before broader collaboration and adjustments occur. As the process moves forward, inputs from stakeholders are aggregated, refined, and aligned during consensus building activities. The final result is the combined final demand, which integrates all reconciled expectations across functions. This progression supports cross-functional alignment and ensures a unified demand picture for downstream planning activities. What capabilities does ABC, XYZ segmentation provide to planners within SAP IBP? A. Filling gaps in data when demand is sporadic. B. Utilizing non-time dependent key figures as segmentation drivers. C. Highlighting inventory items that require closer monitoring. D. Selecting seasonal forecast algorithms specifically for B. Classified items. The answer is B. C. ABC, XYZ segmentation helps planners categorize items based on value contribution and demand variability. Because segmentation is often performed using key measures, the ability to rely on time-independent key figures simplifies classification and ensures consistency. Once items are categorized, planners can pinpoint which products require more attention, such as high-value or unstable demand items. The system does not automatically substitute missing demand or assign seasonal algorithms based solely on segment codes. Instead, segmentation acts as guidance for planners to prioritize and tailor planning strategies. Which processes are embedded in the SAP IBP sample planning areas? A. Supply and allocation planning. B. Inventory optimization. C. Response planning. D. Demand sensing. E. Sales and operations planning. The answer is B. D. E. Sample planning areas provided by SAP IBP include pre-configured content designed to demonstrate common business processes. Inventory optimization is included to showcase stock target calculations and multi-echelon logic. Demand sensing helps illustrate near-term demand pattern detection, improving responsiveness to short-term variability. Sales and operations planning, S&OP, is another foundational process integrated into sample areas to demonstrate cross-functional balancing. Other processes, including allocation or response planning, appear in different functional modules but are not part of the sample configuration. Which constraints are evaluated by the time series-based supply planning heuristic when operating in infinite mode? A. Adjusted transportation receipts. B. Constraints applied at aggregated levels. C. Maximum lot size limits. D. Transportation lead times. E. Minimum lot size thresholds. The answer is A. Although the infinite heuristic does not observe hard capacity limits, it still models several structural constraints to produce realistic supply plans. Transportation receipts adjusted by sourcing logic are considered to determine supply arrival patterns. Lead times are always respected because they determine timing and feasibility of movements, even without capacity constraints. Minimum lot size thresholds influence the lowest feasible production or supply quantity. Maximum lot size limits and aggregated constraints are not enforced in infinite mode, ensuring flexibility and speed. Which master data types are examples of compound master data structures in SAP IBP? A. SOURCEPRODUCTION. B. SOURCECUSTOMER. C. SOURCELOCATION. D. SOURCECUSTGROUP. The answer is B. C. Compound master data types are those built from multiple component master data types that together define a unique combination. SOURCECUSTOMER combines sourcing logic with customer information, making it inherently compound. SOURCELOCATION similarly links sourcing relationships with location-level details. These structures support complex sourcing rules and multi-level planning logic. Other options listed represent different sourcing-related configurations but lack the composite design required to be considered compound. Such distinctions are essential when modeling networks with multi-step or conditional sourcing flows.